A pleasant day, grade 8 students. Welcome to our computer class at New Vision International School. Our lesson is under Chapter 6, Photoshop, Photo Editing, and it is entitled Lesson 5, The Layers. The objectives of today's lesson are the following. Number 1. Manipulating layers in Photoshop. Number 2. Transforming the background into a layer. Number 3. Changing the capacity of a layer. Number 4. Adding a new layer. Number 5. Hiding a layer. Number 6. Deleting a layer. Number 7. Renaming a layer. And number 8. Applying the same style to many layers. Before we start our today's lesson, you should prepare the following materials. Number 1. Your book and computer from pages 72 to 73, a pen, and the Photoshop program. To start with, let's have a video analysis.
Hi everybody! In this lesson, we will learn what is a layer in a Photoshop document and how to manipulate it. First of all, let us see how to open the layer window. Execute the command Windows Layers and examine how this window displays only one layer called Background. Note that any image you open before editing is formed of one layer, always named Background. Let us open another image. Click on the rectangle marquee tool to select a part of the image. Execute the command Edit Copy. Go back to the first image and execute the command Edit Paste. See how a new layer is created on the Layers window. Click on the Move tool and select the layer in order to place it at the desired position. From what we saw, we conclude that each image will be placed on a new layer in order to be able to move it or change its size. See how I will repeat the same action 2 times. Press on the keyboard key Ctrl-T, and while pressing on the Shift key, change the size of the layer. Now it is your turn to open 2 images you collect from the internet, and then do the following. 1. For the first image, modify the canvas size by adding on its left 500 pixels. 2. Open the second image. Select the rectangle marquee tool and select a part of it in order to copy it and paste it on the first image. 3. Press Ctrl-T to modify its size. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and do not forget to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram in order to access 2 additional educational resources.
In this lesson, you are expected to do project number 5. In order to do this, you should listen carefully to the following explanations. Introduction to layers. The main concept of Photoshop is to master the use of layers. The layer is a transparent sheet that holds any element pasted or created on a document. Imagine you are drawing a face where all parts, such as eyes, mouth, and the likes, are on the same layer. Any modification you want to make is possible, since the part you want to modify is linked to the other ones. The best way is to draw each element on a separate layer. In this case, you can manipulate the parts you want separately from the other ones. Example, you can change the place and the size of the mouse. You can make it more transparent, or you can even delete it in order to draw another one. To understand the screen layers, you should remember the following. Number 1. In order to open the layer window, simply press the function key F7. If you press F7 again, the layer window will be hidden. Number 2. Examine the window layer. By default, one layer is created. It is named Background. Most of the functions are now disabled. It is illustrated on the right corner. Number 3. In order to transform the background layer into a normal one, just double-click on it. From now on, you can manipulate most of the layer's commands. It is illustrated in the right corner. And also, you have to remember, in order to undo a command in Photoshop, all you have to do is to press Ctrl Alt Z. Likewise, to understand pasting a picture into a frame, you should remember the following. Number 1. To paste the copied picture into a frame, select the Magic Wand tool, and then click once inside the frame, as illustrated in the right corner. Number 2. In order to insert a picture in the frame, you should use the Rectangle Marquee tool to select a part of the image, or you could press Ctrl A in order to select the entire image, and then execute Edit Copy. Number 3. Execute the command Edit Paste Special Paste Into, then examine how the picture is pasted inside the first frame. It is possible to move it or to modify its size. It is illustrated in the right corner. Finally, number 4. Before manipulating the layers, you should select the Move tool and check the box Auto Select Layer. It is illustrated also in the right corner. In manipulating layers, you should remember the following. Number 1. Once the title is typed, a new layer is automatically created. It is illustrated in the right corner. Number 2. To make the layer more transparent, you should modify the value of its opacity, as illustrated in this corner. Number 3. To hide a layer, you should click on the visibility icon, as illustrated in the right corner. And finally, for number 4, in order to delete a layer, you should click on the delete icon, as also illustrated in the right corner. In addition to manipulate layers, you should remember the following. Number 5. To rename a layer, you just have to double-click on its title, type the new one, and then press Enter. Number 6. To apply a style into a layer, click on Add Layer Style. From the displayed screen, choose the style you want to apply. It is possible to apply many styles to the same layer. It is illustrated on the right corner. And finally, for number 7, the style applied to a layer will be added to it and displayed on the layer screen, as illustrated on the right corner. From the explanations provided previously, I hope you learned something to do project number 5. Now, here are the directions to be followed. Number 1. You should open the picture entitled Frame. It can be provided by your teacher. Number 2. Open the layer window and examine the characteristics of the existing layer. Number 3. Open 6 pictures of your choice and paste them into the different frames. Number 4. Type the title, My Best Pictures. Number 5. Reduce the opacity of the title to 50%. Number 6. Add a new layer and rename it Flower. Number 7. Delete the layer Flower. Number 8. Hide, then unhide the title layer. And finally, number 9. Add a style to a layer, then apply it on other layers. Now I'm gonna show you how to do project number 5 using Photoshop program. Based on the directions given, first, we're going to open the picture entitled Frame. So click on File, then open a Smart Object. After that, so we're gonna click on Frame from the pictures, then click Open. Now we have the frame. We can insert 6 pictures of our choice. So I'm gonna show you how to easily insert picture. Just click on the folder, then you will click on pictures, example Photoshop library. Then I can choose any picture I want. Example, I'm gonna choose this one. I'm just gonna drag it. Then here we go. This is now the picture. Then we can resize it and we can put it in any frame. Example here. So you're gonna do the same thing in inserting other pictures, but always remember, if you would like to insert more picture, you have to first double click on this so that you can insert additional picture. So we can insert additional, example this one, and there you go. So why we need to double click on the picture so we can add more pictures? Because if you don't double click, it is impossible for you to insert another picture. Next, so I'm gonna show you. If I did not double click it, this will happen. So it will not be inserted. So I need first to double click it. And then this is the time I can insert more pictures. So example, I will insert the third picture, example this one. There we go, resize it. Put it in any frame you want. There you go. So that's the only thing you are going to do in other pictures. You're just going to double click and then insert. Now, I would like you to focus on this side in the layers. Okay. So in the layers, we can hide and unhide. So just click on this icon. Example, I'm working on this picture, page 70. So just click on it and you can hide it. You can click it once again to unhide it. Also, you can add a style to a layer by clicking on this icon. When you click on this icon, you can see the different styles that you can add to any layer. Example, this one, I will click it and then you can choose example, inner shadow, then click OK and you will see the inner shadow and you will see here the effects or the style that you have added. Aside from that, you can also click on here in order to add a new layer. Then example, I'm gonna put a title, flower. Then click OK. So this is now the new layer. And you can also delete it by clicking on this icon. And there you go. You can delete the layer or any layer. Next is we can add a title to these pictures or to this project. So we're just gonna click on the text, then click it on the frame, and then you can type my best pictures. And then just move it. And there you go. Now, we can also reduce the opacity of the title. So this is now the layer of the title. So just click it and then you can see the word opacity. You can just reduce it into 50% and then enter, and as you can see it has been reduced. So this is how you're going to do the project number 5, and I believe you learned something from this. So you're going to put any photos you want and follow the directions given. At this moment, it is your turn to practice the project number 5 using Photoshop. Always remember, nobody's perfect, but through practice, we can be better. Good luck, students! Thank you for listening, students. I hope you learned something from this video. Have a nice day